Cruise news, 2 deaths, 1 arrest, and loads of other drama reported on one popular Royal Caribbean sailing. I'm going to share with you video directly from the source. Plus, there was an amputation on a MSC cruise, and there have been major announcements by multiple cruise lines. I'm going to get you the top 10 cruise news updates to get you fully up to speed, and I'm going to get you the information fast, coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason and we are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number 1. A passenger on board a MSC cruise ship had their finger amputated. This happened yesterday on the MSC Grandiosa cruise ship. The ship was docked in Livorno, Italy at the time. The 61-year-old passenger decided to stay on the ship and relax by the pool instead of going ashore. However, somehow they had an accident with a sun lounger that led to the amputation. The ship's doctor took action to aid the passenger and preserve the finger. The passenger was then taken by an ambulance to a hospital in Livorno. We pray that they are okay. Number 2, Princess Cruises has announced that 3 top deck attractions on their new ship, the Sun Princess, will not be opening. The closed attractions will include the Rogue Glider, the Coastal Climb, and the Ropes Course. The Sun Princess launched earlier this year without those attractions available. And they released a statement on Friday saying that they would not be opening at all. They did not give a reason, but they did say, quote, "We are actively evaluating these areas for future recreational opportunities to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience for all of our guests." So, more announcements will be coming. Stay tuned for updates. Moving on to number 3, a little controversy regarding hammocks on Carnival cruise ships. If you look online at Carnival Cruise Line's prohibited items list, you will notice that hammocks are not listed. This led some new cruisers to think that it may be okay to bring them and hang them on the cruise balcony for relaxation. And of course, that sparked some debate. One cruiser sent the question to Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador John Hild. John clarified the situation saying, quote, "I'm glad that you've asked for clarification. The answer is no, this is not allowed for safety reasons and they would be removed if anyone tried to put one up." So some may decide to pack one to use while ashore at port, and others may buy one at port and bring it back on the ship. All of that is fine. They are not prohibited. You're just not allowed to hang them on the ship. Next, number 4, Royal Caribbean has announced that they will be sending a second ship to begin sailing out of Los Angeles. The second ship is the Ovation of the Seas. It will be going to Los Angeles instead of China as previously planned. This transition will take place in May of next year. The Ovation will be joining the Navigator of the Seas to represent Royal Caribbean in the West Coast market. Cruise Line CEO Michael Bailey also made a note to travel advisors saying, quote, "The more you sell, the bigger the ships will get out of Los Angeles." He even noted that if the Ovation ended up getting sold out, that they would look at sending an Icon-class ship to Homeport in LA. Then number 5, cruise line startup 𝗟𝗇𝗏 Cruises will be delaying their launch by 1 year. 𝗟𝗇𝗏 Cruises was scheduled to launch this month. Their niche is they aim to be a music festival at sea. However, last month, the ship they were going to use for the launch was detained in Italy due to the poor sanitary conditions on board. 𝗟𝗇𝗏 has now stated that their Goddess of the Night cruise ship will not be launching until next summer. Okay, we have 5 cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last few videos, we've been doing sort of a tournament to see what the most preferred onboard cruise package is among the 4 primary packages. And in the last video, I asked your preference between a free Wi-Fi package and free shore excursions. I received input from more than 5,000 of you, and here are the results. 39% of you said that you prefer the Wi-Fi package, and 61%, the majority, said that you prefer free shore excursions. Thanks for your input and the comments. Now let's talk about the championship round. We are now down to the 2 finalists, so let's get to today's question. Which of these 2 would you prefer to have free and unlimited on your cruise? Would you prefer A, free drink package, or B, free shore excursions? Chime in down below with what your preference will be. We shall see which one is the champ, but now on with the cruise news. Number 6, New Zealand has announced a sharp increase in their cruise passenger tax. In fact, it would be an 88% hike, going from $11.48 to $21.54. The new fee is set to go into effect on December 1st. Cruise industry leaders are upset in part because at this late stage in the game, the fee increase would have to be absorbed by the cruise lines instead of being passed on to us, the cruise passengers. The CEO of the Cruise Association said, quote, "Cruise lines carefully plan and budget their operations 2 to 3 seasons ahead, leaving no room to pass unexpected cost increases to passengers. These financial burdens fall squarely on the cruise lines." Cruise lines would stand to lose approximately $2 million for the cruise season. They are now requesting talks with New Zealand authorities. Number 7, Norwegian Cruise Line is reimbursing a family for a recent nightmare experience on board one of their cruises. 9 members of a family disembarked the Norwegian Encore cruise ship to go on an excursion while the ship was in Ketchikan, Alaska. The excursion was booked through the cruise line. However, a transportation mix-up by the excursion operator resulted in the family not getting back to the ship in time, and the ship left them. The family was left to pay for accommodations, flights, and meals to return home, totaling $12,000. The cruise line also charged them nearly $9,000 for the Passenger Vessel Services Act fine, since they had not stopped in a foreign country prior to this debarkation. The family had presumed that they were out the nearly total of $21,000, and they were understandably upset since they were on a cruise line sponsored excursion and they were not at fault. However, thankfully, Norwegian Cruise Line has quickly righted the situation and stated that they will reimburse all expenses. Moving on to number 8, I have a quick hurricane season update. The Atlantic is currently clear. Let's take a glimpse at the Pacific. The Pacific has 2 weather systems of concern. They are identified by the yellow X's on this map. Both of these have between a 10 to 30% chance of cyclone formation in the next week. Currently, both systems are moving to the northwest. So nothing too significant at the time, but we will continue to monitor. Next, number 9, MSC Cruises has rolled out 90 new shore excursions for their Caribbean and European sailings. These excursions will be exclusively available for those with Yacht Club accommodations. The Yacht Club is available on approximately 1/2 of MSC's cruise ships. The Yacht Club is MSC's luxury ship-within-a-ship concept. You pay more for the Yacht Club, but you receive things such as 24-hour butler service, access to a private all-inclusive restaurant, unlimited drink package, and loads more. The new Yacht Club excursions will add to the perks. These will be extra cost. However, these excursions will be unique and the guests will get priority disembarkation, and the excursions are small group only, making it a more enjoyable experience. Then number 10, a lady returned from a short stint on board Royal Caribbean's Ultimate World Cruise, and she reported all kinds of things that have occurred. This includes everything from death to divorce to drama and an arrest. Her name is Abby Cooper, and she posted the report on her TikTok page called The Cooper Crew. Her mom and aunt are on the World Cruise, and she visited them for a short segment. I'm going to play a 3-minute clip of the video, and I will catch you on the other end. Here it is.
1 million views and 1,000 comments. Okay, they're kind of overwhelming. Didn't expect that. But let me try to give you as much information as I have about all of it. I was on the Ultimate World Cruise. I was only on for 10 days because they did not sell out the ship for all of the cabins to be full for 9 months. About 800 people started doing it. I think they're down to like 750. My mom and my aunt are in that group. They're doing the full 9 months. I went to visit. So I got on the Serenade of the Seas, which is the Ultimate World Cruise. For all the people saying that I wasn't on the Ultimate World Cruise. I went from Rome to Barcelona. 9 nights, 10 days. It was great. I got lots of information from lots of different sources, not just my mother, not just my aunt. I met lots of world cruisers. But while I was there, there was more people on the ship that were not world cruisers than the world cruisers. Okay, let's start with 4 divorces. That is 4 separate couples that got on together, and one of them has now gone home. I don't know if it was a male or female. I don't know, but 4 couples. And there's also a same situation with some best friends. They got on together. Now only one of them remains. There have been 2 deaths, neither of which are under suspicious circumstances. It's normal for cruisers to be of an older age group. What else? There was someone that got pregnant like right away, or maybe even before they got on the cruise. They were kicked off at 5 months because they do not provide prenatal care on the ship, and that baby has now been born. There has been someone that was arrested. He was arrested in India in customs. They did not hold him in India. They just sent him back to the ship. the ship has allowed him to stay and continue his journey. There have been a couple different medical emergencies. At one point, they called for anybody that was a certain blood type to come down and donate blood because someone had an internal bleed and was hemorrhaging and they needed blood and they were in the middle of nowhere. What else? Yeah, I mean, there's lots of drama. There's mean girls. I mean, people put on a front online and act like they're all nice and that they're not necessarily. There's also a Facebook group with all of the, I mean, not all of them, but the world cruisers. And it's just like a freaking Reddit thread for them complaining about this, that, and another thing. I saw a post that someone was complaining about the windows not being clean enough in the dining room. They're in the ocean. They're in the ocean. Salt water. There was too much salt on the windows. So yeah, overall, I had a great time. I really liked 90% of the people that I interacted with, and I got to see my mom for the first time in 7 months. But yes, the cruise is not done until September. I think that covers most of what I know.
There you have it. What about you? Would you want to do a world cruise? Chime in down below and I'll catch you in the next video.